starts to move.
Okay, there we go.
Hi. Bye.
Alright. We're coming on live. Hopefully you can hear us there. We're here.
Make sure the volume's up. Remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that. Alright.
Hey,
Woohoo!
what's up?
Alright, can you guys hear us? Hello out there.
I hear you, yay!
Yay! Gunther says, I hear you, and we actually got it working on the first try with the audio. This was actually a video issue this time. It was basically, it had to do with the encoder. I was using not the encoder, but the actual, the key from the last show that we did, the live stream for the last show. And I actually created a whole new key and forgot to put that into the software here so that it would stream out for the, streaming on this one. So that's what I had to figure out, what was going on there. So a little bit of issues and the technical problems there, but we got it all worked out. I need to remember to not shake this table, because I noticed in our last show we were leaning on this table here and it was shaking the heck out of this. So need to make sure we don't shake the world for everyone out there.
Who is SGS64?
I don't know. SGS64. We'll probably have, actually, you know, before we really, I'm going to post this in a few groups here and stuff on Facebook, so I can hopefully get a good amount of people in here. Post these out. I had them all prepared, and there you go. I just posted it. I have a Twitter account that has like what are we at? 62,000 followers. Hopefully, I can get a few people from that stream or from that account over here. I decided to go ahead. What I'm going to be doing now is mentioning within our shows the. I didn't want to connect my previous social things and my personality with the show at first. I have kind of a little bit of history with social media and having some sort of what they used to call the influencers of social media back whenever it was real early in the day. So it was one of those things where I could literally take down websites just by mentioning them and posting out, and it would just basically knock down the site. I got in trouble, per se, but the sites basically figured out what was going on and said, hey, we need to work with you to build up our infrastructure so whenever people like you do mention things, you're not killing our website. So it was things like that. People started using my influence to be able to test their infrastructure, their systems for their websites, and that's how I was basically using those sites for a while there. I'm not seeing any more feeds and communications. Where? Okay, so there's the problem. What I need to do, let's see, pop out chat. I need to get the thing for this. I'm actually using the chat room from another section there. Properties. Let me get this. Sorry for all this, guys. Just trying to get everything working here. I got confused with all the settings for everything for the previous show. Linking in there. Now you should see the chats for this particular show coming in there. Hey, Mikey. Pigments Paper Lightener. I'll talk more about you in just a little bit. I'm actually gonna. That's in my list of things I wanted to talk about for this particular live stream was our show that we did with you. Let's see here. Yep, it's Mikey Drips. Mikey Drops, Mikey Drips. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm just trying to set everything up here so it makes a little more sense for me now with these new chat room settings and all this kind of stuff so I can see what's going on with you guys.
I got the 97 times pig.
Oh, did you? The 97X thing? Sweet, good for you, man. That's awesome.
Oh,
I've been seeing your posts on Facebook with all the, there was that one girl who picked up a one of your paintings. That one was actually really cool. I like that one a lot. The shading and everything for it. Let's see, what are we looking at for people in here right now? I kind of want to... Nice, man. That's awesome. So we got 7. Okay, cool. But as I was saying with that, with going back to the whole Twitter thing, I don't know. I'm sure you guys heard me on that. I think the audio was working. It looks like it was. Is I used to use that account. I built that up using social media in its early state, and just kind of it spiraled out of control, basically. But yeah, 62,000 followers, and I haven't really used that account. I haven't been using that. One of my monikers that I used to use for myself was the Busy Brain, which is that Twitter account. If you go to twitter.com/the Busy Brain, that's my old Twitter account, which I'm actually starting to use more again, and I'll probably, like I said, mention this show within that as well, because I think it's probably going to fit in line with some of the things that I used to talk about with that particular account. Benjamin Buck, how's it going? SGS64, okay. Let's see, I want to make sure we keep up on everything. I know, Gunther, Steve, you had mentioned you were wondering how I got the stuff for the live show, but basically that it all just kind of happens, and I honestly, I don't know exactly what I push that actually cues it to send out the notification to you guys. I'm guessing it has to do with whenever I set up in YouTube to you can subscribe to the feed. I honestly don't know 100% what is actually sending out the notification to you guys specifically at that time. I want to say it has to do with the whenever because I can set it up to where there's a planned feed, and then set it to where an hour beforehand it sends out the notification. But that's all deep in the settings for YouTube, and I'd have to dig around on that, and that could be kind of a boring show to talk to you guys trying to figure all that out. I can go over that with you at some point if you want to. But one of my major points with this particular live stream that I wanted to talk about really was one of our plans that we have with Discovery Duo, and what we're planning on doing as far as we want to segment things out into certain shows that do certain things. Where right now a lot of people, if you have seen our shows, they're mostly oriented around in the studio, and shows where we're trying different foods and things like that. But that's just one of maybe 20 different segment types that we actually do want to do here in the future. And we're going to start toying around with different ideas that I have that I've laid down for us. And we've actually recorded one, which is where Mikey Drips, the guy I was just commenting to, we did one recording with him recently where he's an artist, and we're going to film these different types of things where there's different artists or different people in different I'm saying different a lot and people in different that do specific sorts of talents or anything like that. In the future, I've actually worked out a show to do one with a friend of mine who I work with, who is a professional climber.
What about the rock climbing?
That's what I'm saying. He's a professional climber and is knowledgeable at climbing, so I want to do a show based on some of the basics of climbing. Hopefully like rappelling or something like that. We'll see. He's going to show us all that kind of stuff, and we'll kind of work into that.
Like the place?
The place?
Yeah, the place where we're going to do it.
The place, yeah, that's Vertical Ventures, which is here in St. Pete, right off the interstate there. Yep.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You get a lot of blisters.
But my point being is that we're going to start conceptualizing different show formats that are completely different than what we're doing with the shows that you guys are used to, with us trying the weird foods and stuff like that, which I still like doing those, and we will absolutely do more of those, and I have some more things that we're actually going to do pretty soon. based on that. But as I mentioned in the previous live stream, I want to start to amp up our production, and actually in the previous show as well, is I want to start amping up our production from 1 show a week to 2 and 3 eventually. So I just need to conceptualize these different ideas and get them going, because content is one of the most difficult things for a YouTuber to think of, and how to generate that content. And I think having multiple different avenues within one channel is going to be able to allow us to produce a bunch of different shows and have a bunch of different output that's going to help the show kind of grow based on the organic traffic that is generated from YouTube's algorithm to feed in more people to the show.
And thank you, Toxic Killer.
Toxic Killer, I just subscribed. I saw that. I saw it pop up. I actually get all kinds of pop-ups that notify me when people...
We have one here, like right here. We got it on our phones.
Yeah, we got multiple screens, and then the phones. We got the mother in the other room who's kind of watching the chat room to make sure everything is kosher for the content for everyone. So please keep it clean.
I'd watch it.
You'd watch it? You'd watch the climbing video. Yeah, we're looking forward to that one. I've done basic climbing stuff in the past. Hearing some echoes there. That's distracting. I can hear myself, but it's like a minute delay. Let's see. I want to. Yeah, I'm sorry. I want to go back to the stuff with the climbing video. I really am looking forward to that. I haven't done anything like true climbing. I've climbed the walls, like, you know, that you see at different events that are maybe 20 or 30 feet high. But beyond that, I haven't really done any climbing. And eventually, we'll go on some deeper adventures that take us on true climbs. I'll always use a rope. The buddy who I'm doing the show with, he doesn't use a rope. And he goes to some pretty crazy places. I mean, he was just out west recently and has done some climbs. He's actually a sponsored climber, so. And
he's never been to that Vertical Adventures place.
No, he has. Yeah, he has been.
No, you.
Oh, I haven't. Yeah, I haven't been there to this place where we're going for the show. Yeah, he has.
Yeah. Don't fall from a high place.
Jeff Madness, Toxic just sent me this. I subbed. Awesome. Thank you. Did I get a notification for that? I don't think I saw a notification for that one.
You got it right there.
Yeah, subscriber count 252. That's one of the things I wanted to mention is 3 weeks ago we did our first live stream. This is now our second. And we had, it was 149 when we started. It was like 158 something subscribers by the end of that particular show. It was something like that. But, so basically 3 weeks, we've grown from 150 to 250, which is an incredible growth rate. I run a lot of other YouTube channels, some with tens of millions of views. And even those channels didn't have that initial growth rate like this one has. So I think the future of this particular channel is going to be great. And as long as we continue to produce quality content for you guys, I think that this is going to be a pretty killer channel. I hope to see millions of views. Hopefully that'll happen.
Millions of subscribers.
Well, yeah. Typically with millions of views comes millions of subscribers too. Hopefully. As long as you're putting out good quality content, that's whenever you get closer to that ratio between the number of views and the number of subscribers on a per video basis.
Okay, let's just be PewDiePie rate.
Well, that would be nice if PewDiePie would mention us, but...
Almost 60 million subscribers.
Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad at all.
Not bad. He's the best on YouTube.
Let's see, what kind of comments we got here?
252.
Chris, actually, Chris Crowley and Eric, you guys both, I don't know, I haven't seen Eric mention anything in here yet. I know I talked to him earlier today, said they were going to come in here. Your shirts, I talked to both of you guys already. I actually just got notification today. This is, for all of you, just to let you know, last show I gave away a bunch of t-shirts, and we plan to, at the end of this show, so stick around, give away shirts as well. But so stay tuned for that. But the shirts that were ordered, I had some delays with them. I got in contact with you, Chris, about this specifically. But I got notification today that they were shipped out, so they're coming. Thank you, finally.
Finally,
so,
after 3 weeks?
Shirts are coming. Yeah, 3 weeks. There was some delays. Basically, what it was, this company that I'm working with, they had some issues. First, with the print, there was an error with their printing, and basically their quality control just basically booted it. So, being that these orders were together, the other shirt's done, they had to redo the other one before they could send out the shipment. So there was some issues with that, and apparently also, now that we're coming into Christmas time, merchandise sales across the board for all t-shirt manufacturers is ramping up.
YouTubers.
So yeah, YouTubers in general. So it's just becoming more difficult for them right now to be able to fulfill orders in a timely manner. So I went back and forth with them for a while. We got all that fixed.
I just wanted to make sure I didn't have a package thief.
252. Should I make videos? Jeff Madness. What do you mean? Are you making videos now with YouTube? I say yes. And anyone that has the ability, the urge to want to produce something, the hardest part is getting started. And once you get started, you get over that. What is the absolute most difficult hump of them all is just starting, you know, and you can put out content that is horrible, stinks. You have the ability to delete if you really wanted to, or hide it, put it as private. So if you put something out there and it's like, you know what, I don't really like that, put it in private, and then you're fine. So I would say, no matter what it is, yes, do it, make videos.
Do you like pina coladas getting caught in the rain?
Oh, here goes Ryan. Ryan's back in. He's going to give us. Apparently, he said he was going to have a couple beers and then join us on the show and make some ridiculous comments, which he's apparently doing now. I like pina coladas, but not necessarily getting caught in the rain.
Everyone has a cell phone, yes. Basically.
Yeah, exactly, Chris. That's a good point. Is everyone does have a cell phone, and I think a lot of people, when it comes to producing content for YouTube, they kind of obsess over gear, and that is, as long as you have a cell phone, which pretty much everyone, it's a ubiquitous thing. Pretty much everyone has a cell phone.
Yeah.
Or multiple that are sitting in a drawer somewhere of old ones, even the old ones. And I could use an iPhone 1 and create videos that would be worthy. Probably better off than some of these videos of just mindless people that don't know how to do something. I don't know. But it's just a matter of getting out there and doing it, even if you don't have expensive gear. I mean, we have medium grade, I would say, to lower medium grade gear. I mean, for our shows, I use, it's maybe a $500 camera. It's a DSLR camera. We have issues with it. It overheats. There's a problem with that. So that's why I do this show on a laptop. It's actually doing it right from the camera on the laptop. And like Chris said, just having a cell phone, you can do videos and stream just the way that we're doing with this, you know. So just get out there and do the videos.
We have like an L hook right here.
Yeah, I mean, we mentioned it in the previous show. As I have lighting gear here, which is no more than $75-100 for these soft boxes, they're called, and then an L bracket here that basically comes over and drops a microphone that I've had forever. So we do it on the pretty super cheap, you know.
Got that Gorilla.
It says I film my iPad, but not very good quality with it. That's fine, man. Just put it out there. Like I said, you can put it on private if you feel like it's not anything worthy. If after you've had it out for a while, you know. Let's see.
Who's this SGS64?
SGS64. You should sponsor something. I'm trying to now. What do you mean you should sponsor something? I'm trying to now.
Like.
Yeah, and, got things in the way there, so it's hard to see the chat room. I also mentioned in on Facebook in a small YouTubers group to come in here. So we might actually get a few people that are coming from the small YouTubers group. Yeah, I see a couple people mentioning things in there now that they're gonna come over in just a few minutes. That's Ben, who I actually met. Ben, a lot of these guys, if you are new to doing YouTube videos, there's actually a group on Facebook called Small YouTubers. And there's some people in there that are really good at giving you feedback on your videos and kind of letting you know, like, certain things that you might be doing wrong or ways to improve your content, you know, the video quality or whatever it might be. And it's a great group of people that are super helpful. I try to help out as much as I can there as well. Time being biggest concern. Oh, there's Benjamin right there. It just popped up over here as well. I'm curious to know, what do you do for a living, if you're comfortable telling that? I'm just talking about, like, which sector, not specific details. I'm trying to think if I do want to publicly mention it. I work for, let's just say I work for a government-controlled entity, for the federal government-controlled entity. I usually don't like to express who it is that I work for. I'm not in military or any secret operation type of thing. And
That'd be cool.
I'll give you a hint. You probably see this type of government worker every day. But yeah, I don't necessarily want to mention exactly what it is. I mean, some people probably do know what that is. In fact, some of my people who I do see every day are in the chat room. Yes, Chris, I'm a spy. Let's see here. Let me go back in comments so I can make sure that I'm actually getting all, because I noticed whenever I went through the last show last time is I missed a whole bunch of comments just because it got way out of control up top there.
That light just went out.
Did it?
Oh.
I can probably turn that one off. That just makes everything a little yellow here. Give me a second. There. Kind of darkens the background a little bit. Can turn some other lights. I have more. All right, there we go. Helps a little bit.
How y'all doing?
Darkness. Go down a little bit. Sorry, guys.
But I want to be a 6-foot-tall maniac.
Let's see here.
You should watch Stranger Things.
Gunther, I have a bunch of gear and use my iPhone more than all my gear to make videos. Yeah, that's true. And I mean, even our shows, I use some of the overhead views, which is where the microphone's attached. I actually attach a iPhone that points down. So all the views that you see over top are from an iPhone, you know? So even in our shows, I use an iPhone as well, so.
Hey, look, my wife is actually trying to film a video for her channel, but we put that on hold to watch this. Keep motivating us to make content.
That's right. Awesome. Yeah, you guys are always putting out content though. You know we know what's up.
What's the channel name?
Gunther Snaps is his, that's his photography channel, but he's got several different channels. You're free to, I don't know if you can actually, in comment, actually link to different channels. I think it blocks that out. That's YouTube settings that don't allow you. I would love to allow people to post links in here, but I don't think that YouTube allows it. SGS64, you should watch Stranger Things. It's funny you mentioned that. We actually just started watching that. Just watched season 1 and 2. I think we're on like probably the third. We're on season 1, like maybe the third one. We're not that deep into it.
Cool.
Did SGS say the name or place ads for the company or game? Oh, you mean as far SGS, back to you as well, for the sponsor thing that you had mentioned earlier, to place ads or just for sponsorships within the show. that kind of stuff happens. I don't know if you were here during, or yeah, you were here from the beginning whenever I was talking about my social media stuff with all the other stuff. Is whenever you reach a certain point, whether it be 10,000, 50,000, 100,000, different corporations, companies like that have different kind of markers that they'll set for where they think a social media influencer should be before they actually start to say, you know, we'll sponsor you. I got all kinds of stuff on my shoulder here. I'm a mess.
He was just working under a car. You know.
I wasn't working. I don't know how I got that. Where did that come from? Oh, I think it was from where that light is.
The light, maybe the curtain.
But basically, after you you hit certain tiers, then sponsorships basically get handed to you. I mean, you can go out and try and find certain people, but essentially, whenever you hit certain tiers, the door, they come knocking on the door for you, which it would be nice. I mean, at some point for this channel to be able to reach that point, but this one isn't there yet. Only 252 subscribers currently. we got a while to go before, and I mean that in respect to how many you would need for sponsorships just to jump on. 252 is actually really awesome for this phase of our.
It gets faster each time you go up.
Each time you go up. What do you mean?
You'll start at 1. It'll be hard for people to find your channel, and then once people more.
Yep. Well, that's the exponential growth.
And when you're PewDiePie, everyone subscribed to you, so.
PewDiePie has reached the other side of the arc, what they call the bell curve. It starts out slow.
This is everyone else.
Jumps up. Julio, thank you for subscribing.
Everyone else, this is him.
Julio is another one from work.
Julio.
And he's giving Ryan a hard time, I saw up there earlier.
How do you guys make your merch?
How do you guys make it? I used to do graphic design, so I have a little bit of knowledge in that sense as well, doing graphic design. And fortunately, excuse me, these particular shirts are a certain type of print which allows you to just basically send a image file over to a printing company. For our particular shirts, I use a company called Printful. Printful. I don't know. Is it printful.com? If you do a Google search, you can find it.
254.
But I've gotten quite a few things printed through them, and they've been good quality prints as far as the actual print on the shirts themselves. Garment prints in general, they do all kinds of stuff. Everything from pants and other styles of shirts and hoodies, hats, phone cases, all kinds of stuff like that. And what's good about them, and there's a lot of companies like this which actually do drop shipping capabilities to where whenever you get an order, it just sends the notification to them along with what item, and they ship it out, and it just comes to the customer, that's actually purchasing everything.
Is that wood?
Got some weird pop-ups over there.
That wood?
Yeah. Let's see here. Gunther, yeah, printful.com, that's it.
254.
How did you guys, let's see.
Printful.com?
It's not just luck. I love this channel. Just promote it a lot. Yeah, that kind of leads me into some thoughts that I wanted to cover with this show too. Is as far as like some of the ways, because I know there's some people that I had sent over here from Facebook who are constantly looking for ways to grow their channel, and video is lagging. I'm noticing that. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of yellow and red notifications over here as well. I think that has to do with our internet, because everything's kind of going laggy. Hopefully, let's see. Drop frames aren't that bad, but yeah, it's bumping back up a little bit now. Hopefully you guys should have a better stream here.
Just freeze for a second.
Thank you, Chris. Number of viewers in the room. I really don't think that the viewer count would really have too much as far as the lag. It's going to be from our end.
I wish it was from the number of viewers.
I'm running off my computer, just off the laptop, streaming through OBS, which allows me to do this whole design. Shakes. Yeah, every once in a while if you see it shake, it's because the laptop is hooked to a stand, which is hooked to the table, so we don't knock anything off. Yeah, just some really weird lag issues going on over here. That stinks.
Usually,
you might have to cut off anything else that's accessing the internet.
Usually, we are using like that $500 camera, which is a little bit more back, and the camera that's facing here.
Yeah. Well, we can't do that. Like I'd mentioned with that camera, as it does do a lot of overheating. We're going to upgrade the camera pretty soon. This channel isn't profitable right now, unfortunately, so we're having to kind of bootstrap everything. But, yeah, the reason we don't use a high-grade, our quote-unquote high-grade camera for this show is because it would overheat within 20 or 30 minutes. So it would go down just based on that. Mm-hmm. Man, am I a mess? Look at this.
Like, sometimes we don't even realize it, and we're recording 15 minutes, and we cut it off, and...
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'll go a session of some great content, but then all of a sudden, we realized the camera was down for half of it.
We cut it off for a second.
Pretty heartbreaking. Debbie King, what's the topic today? Actually, let's go ahead and get started with the topic that I did want to talk about, and I started off with it a little bit. What I wanted to do with this particular one was kind of express my concept for this one called the World Wide Web series that we want to do for our show. And basically what it is, it's just a elaborate way of saying we're going to do reaction videos, but to viral type things that are not quite viral yet. I have connections with a lot of people from my past in social media who... this can get pretty complicated, but basically there's content that is it becomes viral by hitting certain networks of people. Some things can become viral organically through somebody just posts something on Facebook or on Reddit or something like that, and people take it and run with it, and it shoots off. But a lot of times, a lot of these things that actually go viral are being funneled through certain people and channels that then allow it to go viral. So I have connections with a lot of those people from my past who are capable of doing that, you know. But what I wanted to do was basically be one of those people that brings some of that content to the surface that's potentially viral, and we'll do reaction videos or things where we're actually showing some of those images or videos or whatever they are in a show. You know, I originally went for this particular show. I wanted to actually kind of do one live, but I don't think that the concept would really work live very well. It would be kind of choppy and not just not the way that I want it to be expressed. So I wanted to conceptualize or express my concept with you guys and see if you have any input on what you like to see. Do you like seeing reaction videos to silly videos, or no? Or do you like seeing kind of just a whole bunch of videos in general with talking going on behind the scenes, or just videos in general without just want people to be quiet? I'd like to know some of your feedback on that. I'd like for it to be something where we actually can interact with the videos in some way and kind of, you know, react, saying input to the actual videos and photos that are happening that we're showing for the show. As far as the actual, to go back to you, Debbie, with your question there for the topic for the day, that's really ultimately the main point I wanted to cover with this particular live stream was kind of getting people's ideas on what they think they would like to see for a show like that. It's one of those black holes of that you can fall into in YouTube is doing these viral videos that is just a consecutive bunch of silly things all in a row. And I think that that would be a benefit for our channel. A lot of these, as a YouTube producer, there's a lot of issues when it comes to monetization of channels, and being that a lot of that content itself would not actually, some of it might actually be copywritten or within the public domain, who knows? And some of those things we just don't know. So putting content out there that we're doing reaction videos to sometimes falls within certain parameters where YouTube might not like that if you're monetizing it. So we won't actually monetize any of those channels, but we hope to actually create some sort of buzz behind Discovery Duo to take us to a new level that then will produce subscriptions and other views to other portions of our show.
Vine-like?
Vine-like. Well, a lot of the stuff would be obviously not from Vine specifically, since it doesn't exist anymore, but things like that. Yeah, these kind of short videos, and you know, everything from cute cat videos to crazy people doing ridiculously stupid things. I get a pretty constant feed of things like that I don't necessarily share out, but I think that this could be a good outlet for that now. Let's see. Camera with an intercooler. Yeah. That seems to be, I mean, even in some of the, I'm actually looking at getting the camera upgrade will be a Sony 6500A. And it's a 4K camera. Really super, it's got an internal gimbal system for stabilization, plus a stabilization on the actual lenses. If you guys want to get geeky with this, I can. But basically, the camera itself, even at a $1,500 price range or whatever it's at, still has overheating issues. So it doesn't seem to be anything that you can fix per se when it comes to cameras, because they all seem to have, electronics in general seems to have an overheating issue, especially whenever you're pushing the limits into 4K recording and things like that. So we're going to try and find a happy medium between good quality and being able to record for long periods of time.
And how big is the camera?
The camera? It's actually smaller than our DSLR. It's only about that big. I think it's a mirrorless.
Holy.
I'd have to look in. It's a mirrorless. It's not actually DSLR.
Where's the other camera?
It's a beautiful camera though. I think I locked it away. Let's see. Usually watch reaction videos regarding the Walking Dead episodes or politics and religion. Don't know if that works with kids. Yeah. That's one thing too, is we have to be very careful, because we do want to stay in line with you know, this being good for kids to watch as well. So I have to really be conscientious of that. Julio, I meant the style of videos. Yeah, as far as, yeah.
GoPro?
It's content that makes itself. If you have a stream of content you can react to, do it. Yeah, for sure. Reacting to tech box openings. Isn't box opening a thing? Yeah, Debbie, actually, that's one of my YouTube... I can't... This goes back at the early days of YouTube, whenever it started. I was producing videos for unboxings. Doing these unboxing videos before they were really kind of this thing. I saw this momentum kind of growing, and I did a few videos of, like, because I was really involved with audio production, so I did like microphone unboxings and things like that, and the momentum on these things just grew. I was like, hey, there's something here. So that's what really got me into YouTube, is knowing that you could post videos, post links to them with affiliate links, and make money off of it like that. So that's what really got me into the video production and doing unboxing videos especially. And
Dad, I just thought of another idea for a show.
You did?
Uh-huh. You know that drawings app?
This is inside talk here, guys.
There you go.
Oh, gotta unlock with my... There you go.
What is that app?
Which app?
that drawings app.
The drawing app?
Mm-hmm.
He's talking about this, which is a cool app that we just found, which creates mandalas. You're probably seeing some here. This one here. Let's see if I can get it in there.
Whoa, that looks cool.
It looks weird. But you can create these mandalas in different colors. Just based
cool.
on hand drawing things. Yeah, that was accidental coolness. But it's really hard to make an ugly picture with that. It's a really cool app. It's called Drawerings. 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 Free app too. Super cool. But yeah.
No, that's beautiful.
Yeah. That actually brings up, because originally I also did, whenever iPhone first came out, I was doing a lot of videos on iPhone apps. Was another one. Yeah, but I've tried so many things when it comes to YouTube and YouTube videos, so big lag. I'm seeing that. I'm seeing it, man. I don't know why this is. I might have to upgrade our internet. I suspect that that's what it is. We might have to bump it up. That stinks.
Just say in the comments, like, if you want to, like, see our creations of that app, because you can look back.
Yeah. Guys are lagging really bad. Yeah, I know. I don't know why that is specifically, other than just suspecting that it's our uploading speeds. I might toy around with the idea of changing the encoding process as well, doing some different. I'll mess around with that, see if we can improve that a little bit. But I wanted to cover a couple more things. We're looking at 41 minutes into the show. A couple things I did want to mention is, in the description of each of the shows, I actually have our P.O. box. We welcome people to actually send us letters or pictures or anything like that. You can do pictures of our logo. That would be kind of cool. I'd like seeing some people start to send things in. I know a lot of other YouTubers are doing that and posting a P.O. box where people can send things to. So I figured, why not? Let's go ahead and do it here as well. Man, see how delayed that is? My goodness. Everything's just chop, chop, chop. Yeah. I don't think that people are really going to see much of this particular part of the show. Because it's so bad. What I might do...
we're, like, at the drawings.
You know what I'm going to do? Watch this. Let's see if this helps.
First of all, we wanted to see ourselves on here. Now we want to see it off.
Yeah.
It's like, get out of here.
Well, I'm hoping that might actually help a little bit. I took down our, even though it's an in-out thing, I don't know that will be the biggest thing that's going to make any changes in the quality for the stream.
That was like 2 minutes.
I stopped watching our feed out there, so hopefully that might help a little bit. Let's see. But yeah, in the description for our show, in each and every show, is our P.O. box. So if you guys want to send us letters or pictures or drawings, anything like that, send them our way. And we have a wall over here on this side. I can show it on another show or something where I can actually take a camera and point it at it, but I can't with this particular one. But I want to theoretically fill this whole wall with drawings and pictures and letters and things that people have sent us. So
put it on the roof.
Put it on the roof.
Yeah.
That's weird.
You just have like a whole collection of fan mail just on your roof, stacked in a pile over here.
Let's see. Chris says, I have a question. Are we all watching this video on your laptop, or are we connected to a server that holds all of us? The numbers in here might be overloading your computer. I'm not seeing how many people are there in the chat or in watching the show. I can't really see that now that I took that down.
1, 2, 3, 4.
To answer your question, this encoder sends it out to YouTube servers. So you're actually viewing from YouTube servers directly. You're not actually connected to mine. You're through a node. So you're not actually... Our speed of anything here other than our up feed